If Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom saying that line didn't give you chills, you're not paying attention. Because I don't think Marvel is telling us the real story. Everyone thinks Dr. Doom is the villain of Avengers Doomsday. I think he's something much more dangerous. I think he's the direct consequence of Steve Rogers' biggest mistake. And once I connect Endgame, Loki, Multiverse of Madness, and Doom's comic origin together, this theory becomes terrifying because Marvel has left one mystery unanswered for 7 years.
No! God, please, no! No!
Where did Steve Rogers go after returning the Infinity Stones? That answer might destroy the multiverse. Let's go back to Avengers Endgame. Bruce Banner explains time travel very clearly. Changing the past doesn't rewrite your future. It creates a new branch. The Ancient One even warns him that removing an Infinity Stone creates a dangerous timeline.
Not so much. In this new branch reality, without our chief weapon against the forces of darkness, our world would be overrun.
Bruce promises every stone will be returned. Everything will be restored. Simple, right? Except Steve doesn't follow the plan. He returns the stones, then stays in the past. He dances with Peggy Carter, and Marvel skips over the next 70 years. Think about how strange that is. Marvel showed us Iron Man's sacrifice, Natasha's sacrifice, Tony's funeral. But Steve's 70-year life? Almost nothing. Why? Because Marvel doesn't want us asking what Steve changed. Steve Rogers is now living in the past with total knowledge of the future. He knows Hydra has infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. He knows Bucky is alive. He knows Howard and Maria Stark will be murdered. He knows Project Insight, Ultron, Civil War, Infinity War, the Snap. You're telling me Captain America watched innocent people die and did absolutely nothing? That's impossible. Steve's entire character is built around stopping bad things before they happen. I can do this all day. He's not someone who watches tragedy unfold, so maybe Steve starts making small changes. He secretly helps Peggy expose Hydra. He rescues Bucky earlier. He prevents Howard Stark's assassination. Maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. becomes stronger decades earlier. To Steve, he's creating a better future. But every better future creates another ripple. And that's where Victor Von Doom enters the story. This isn't Earth 616 anymore. This is a completely new universe. A universe born the moment Steve stayed. Reddit fans have debated this for years. Some believe Steve always lived in the main timeline. Others believe he created a completely separate reality. Marvel has never answered it. And that's exactly why this theory works. Now imagine this new universe growing for 70 years. History changes everywhere. Wars happen differently. Governments rise differently. Countries that barely mattered before suddenly become powerful. One country changes more than any other, Latveria. Before talking about Doomsday, we need to understand Doom. Victor Von Doom wasn't born evil. In Marvel Comics, he's born into poverty in Latveria. His father is Werner Von Doom. His mother is Cynthia Von Doom. Cynthia is secretly a powerful witch who makes a deal with dark forces hoping to protect her people. Instead, she dies. Victor grows up blaming the world for taking everything away from him. That's why Doom becomes obsessed with two things: science and magic. He believes combining both can fix destiny itself. Marvel has already hinted this version of Doom once had a heart.
Be kind used to be caring. And then, everything he loved was taken from him.
Sound familiar? Here's where the theory becomes interesting. Steve doesn't kill Victor's mother. Steve changes the events that lead to Latveria's suffering. Imagine Hydra falls decades earlier because Steve exposes them. S.H.I.E.L.D. grows stronger. America becomes more involved around the world. Political power shifts across Europe. Latveria becomes trapped between larger powers fighting for control. Instead of Cynthia dying from fate, she dies because history changed. Because Steve rewrote events. Victor grows up believing his mother's death was meaningless. His country's future was stolen. Everything Steve fixed somewhere else destroyed Victor's world. Victor spends years searching for answers. Just like the comics, he studies forbidden magic. Eventually, he discovers something impossible: the Darkhold. Now here's an MCU detail people forget. The Darkhold isn't just a spellbook. It contains knowledge beyond space and time. Every version of it across the multiverse is connected. That's why Wanda became so powerful. Victor begins reading it, and he sees visions, not of his future, of another timeline. He watches Steve Rogers arrive from the future. He watches the Infinity Stones being returned. He watches history split. Victor realizes something horrifying. His universe was never supposed to exist. He's living inside Steve Rogers' branch timeline. That's what Doom means when he says that line from the Doomsday trailer that changes everything.
All of you have lived stolen lives.
You've all lived stolen lives. Why stolen? Because from Doom's perspective, Steve stole destiny. Tony should have grown up differently. Bucky should have remained frozen longer. Hydra should have existed. Latveria should have had another future. Steve stole everyone's original path, and because of that, millions exist in realities that should never have happened. That's why Doom isn't jealous. He's furious. Every hero got a happy ending, but Victor lost everything he had. Now jump to Loki Season 2. Loki becomes the god of stories. He holds every branch of the multiverse together, including Steve's branch. That's a problem, because Doom believes Steve's reality is the source of endless incursions. As long as Loki protects every branch, incursions keep spreading. Universes collide. Reality keeps dying. Loki thinks every story deserves to exist. Doom thinks some stories were mistakes. That's the philosophical battle of Doomsday. This is where Doctor Strange becomes dangerous. Remember Multiverse of Madness? Strange learns incursions destroy universes. He's already seen one happen. He knows the multiverse cannot expand forever. Then Doom finds Strange. Instead of attacking, he shows Strange thousands of universes collapsing. Entire realities erased. Children disappearing. Families dying. Doom says, "I can stop it." Strange doesn't trust Doom, but he believes the incursions are real. For one moment, Doctor Strange considers helping him. Not because Doom is right, because there may be no better option. Marvel never showed Wanda's body. That's important. She destroyed every Darkhold, but chaos magic still exists. Chaos magic is older than the Infinity Stones, older than the TVA, older than timelines. Doom needs Wanda because chaos magic can reach places ordinary magic can't, including Loki's throne at the end of time. Wanda thinks she's helping save innocent universes. She's actually helping Doom reach the most powerful being in existence. Imagine this scene. Loki sits alone holding the branches together. He's exhausted. Every timeline flows through him. Then Doom arrives. Not with an army. With Strange and with Wanda, magic collides with the World Tree. Loki refuses to let go. Doom tears Loki away from the timelines. The branches begin dying. Incursions explode everywhere. Earth 616 collides with the Fantastic Four's Earth. Mutants appear. X-Men worlds collide. Spider-Man universes crash together. Reality breaks. This is Doom's real goal. Not destruction, reconstruction. In Marvel's 2015 Secret Wars comic, Doom takes pieces of dying universes and creates Battleworld. One planet, one timeline, one ruler. The MCU hasn't introduced the Beyonders, so Marvel changes it. Instead of stealing power from the Beyonders, Doom steals power connected to Loki. The god of stories becomes the source of Battleworld. Every surviving universe gets stitched together. The Fantastic Four, Avengers, X-Men, Deadpool, Spider-Man. Everyone wakes up inside Doom's perfect world. And Doom becomes Emperor. Chris Evans returning suddenly makes sense. He's not a cameo. He's evidence. Doom wants Steve alive. Steve must watch what his decision created. Imagine Doom saying, "You saved your world and condemned mine." That's infinitely more emotional than simply fighting another villain. Captain America has to confront the consequences of choosing Peggy. The happiest ending in the MCU becomes the darkest beginning. Marvel wants us to believe Doomsday is another heroes versus villains story. I don't think it is. I think it's a battle between two ideas. Steve believes every life deserves a chance. Doom believes stolen timelines must be erased to save reality. Loki believes every story matters. Strange believes sacrifices save worlds. Wanda believes redemption is possible. And somewhere in the middle, the multiverse ends, because maybe Doctor Doom isn't trying to destroy existence. Maybe he's trying to correct the biggest mistake in MCU history. The day Steve Rogers stayed in the past. And that's why Avengers Doomsday could completely change everything we thought we knew about Endgame. If you think Steve Rogers unknowingly created Doctor Doom, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep MCU theories. Drop a comment below. Do you think Steve stayed in the main timeline, or did he create a branch that brought upon Doomsday? Let's debate in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.